this tutorial, you'll learn more about the EasyData application. I'm going to demonstrate that with a CBR2 and a TI-84 Plus graphing calculator. EasyData comes pre-installed on the 84 Plus. It also comes pre-installed on the 83 Plus. All you have to do in the case of this situation with this equipment is to connect the TI-84 Plus and the CBR2, wakes the calculator up, starts the EasyData application, identifies the motion detector. Now let's take a look at this screen. At the top of the screen you can see a large meter that shows us what the current measurement from the sensor is. The bottom part of the screen contains the keys that allow us to interact with the application. The actual buttons that we press are the top row of the graphing calculator, and those buttons are matched to the options that appear in the bottom row of the calculator screen. So on the furthest left you can see that there's the file menu, and to access file we would press that button. Then to the right of that we have setup, we have start, graph, and quit. To collect data we will select the start option. I'll press this button. Wait a second, give the card a push, let it roll for a little while, go ahead and stop it. Let the data collection complete. Now we're going to see the data plotted in a graph. And the first plot that we see is the distance versus time. We're in the trace mode. We can use the arrow keys to trace across the graph. With a motion detector, it collects velocity data and acceleration data in addition to the distance data. To access those plots, all I have to choose is the plots option. It brings up a list. If I want to see what the velocity looks like for that motion of the cart, I will just choose that option, arrow down, and choose velocity versus time, and now we have a plot of velocity versus time. Let's do some analysis of this data. I'm going to go back to the distance versus time graph. I'm going to choose plots. We're going to do some additional analysis of the data. I'm going to go back to the distance versus time plot. I'm going to choose that from my list of plots. I'm going to do a linear regression, try to fit a straight line to the portion of the graph where the cart was moving with a fairly constant speed. So what I'll do is pull down the Analyze menu and choose Select Region. This allows me to narrow in on the region of interest. I'm warned that I'm going to delete some data outside the region of interest. I'll choose OK. Press the right arrow to select the left portion of the data that I'm going to analyze. Then choose OK. Now I'm prompted to choose the right bound. I'll press the left arrow till my cursor is at the end of that region, and then I will choose OK. Now as soon as I do that, what it does is it zeroes in on that region of interest. One of the options in EasyData is the ability to do a linear regression. So I'm choosing the Analyze option, pressing the down arrow, and then choosing linear regression. It's going to perform a linear regression analysis of the data and display the results there in that dialog box. And I can see that A is about 1.7. That's the speed of the car. And after I choose OK, it displays the data, and it also displays the line of best fit. That's what you're seeing right there. Let's do one more analysis. Let's go back and look at the plot of velocity versus time. Now this is for that central region we previously saw. Now let's do some statistical analysis on this data. I will access the Analyze menu, choose Statistics. I'm asked to identify the left bound for the statistics. I'm going to select that point, choose OK. Identify the right bound. I like where it is at the end, choose OK. It does a calculation. It comes back and it gives me the mean, the minimum, maximum, standard deviation, and number of data points in that set of data. Then if I choose OK, that takes me back to the main screen, where I then again have access to additional analysis features in the software. To access the main menu, I'll choose that option. Takes me back to the screen that we previously saw, where we have menu options again at the bottom of the screen. So there's a file menu, there's a setup menu. The graph option takes us back to the graph screen. Again, I can return to the main. I invite you to explore the other options in the EasyData application. In addition, we have an extensive set of curriculum materials that covers science and math from middle school through high school to introductory college. Remember that EasyData is pre-installed on the TI-84 Plus graphing calculator, and it's just readily available.